Another coach let go, another coach that's had plenty of success, wins, you name it, regular season, all kinds of wins. It's really the postseason what it's come down to. The 8-8 record there for Sean McDermott and Buffalo. Your initial reaction to this one, Coach?
Well, I guess my initial reaction is being disappointed. As a former coach, you wonder what Sean McDermott has to do other than get a team to a Super Bowl. And I get it. I understand the Bills' ownership. You're frustrated. You didn't get to that Super Bowl in the last couple of years when you thought you could have. But when you really examine it, you've got a coach who is well respected, who has the ear of the locker room. They've been to the playoffs 7 times in a row, tremendous winning record. You've just had some disappointments in the playoffs, and they feel like they need to move on. I get it, I understand it, but I guess as a former coach, I really don't like it.
I think that all the above is fair. Let's go through this. This is the Bills rankings the last 9 seasons. This is under Coach McDermott. Regular season win percentage, won 66% of their games. That's second over that span. Playoff berths, 8 of them. That's tied for first over that span. Playoff wins, 8 of them. That's fifth over that span. And the playoff losses with 8, that's the most. And if you listen to ownership talk, that was what he said. He said he felt like that they were hitting a playoff wall. Does the playoff wall exist, Coach Dungy?
It depends on where you are. And I look at those stats and I think back to my time as a player, and I was with the Steelers and we won 4 Super Bowls in a 6-year period of time. And the Oakland Raiders seemed to come up second every year. And John Madden, we beat them in the playoffs. We beat them in big games, beat them with the Franco Harris immaculate reception. Does that mean
Oh, yeah.
John Madden was not a good coach and they should have gotten rid of him because he couldn't beat the Steelers? No, that's you maybe you lost to better teams, maybe you did everything you could, but that's ownership's call. And I think they got to the point where they said, "Gosh, we've got to do something else to get to this Super Bowl." I understand it. I just don't think it's wise.
Yeah. And the interesting part about this one, too, is that Brandon Bean not only stays, he's the GM, right? Not only stays, but gets elevated to now be the president of football operations as well. He's been in that role since 2017. He'll lead the search for the new head coach. When you hear that, and it often happens, Coach, we had a similar situation in Miami where they kept the coach, let the GM go. There's some weird combination of this as we go along. When you hear not only him staying, but him getting elevated, how does that news hit you?
Well, I'm fine with that because as an owner, you have to put your confidence, your trust in someone. And they have chosen to put it in Brandon Bean. That's fine. He's been there. He's been a good employee. He has helped get this team to where they are. So now you're saying, okay, Brandon, this is on you. You've got to find us a better coach than Sean McDermott. You've got to get us to a Super Bowl, and we're going to hold you accountable. I'm totally fine with that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I got to imagine that's an attractive job. If you're one of these candidates out there, would that become the most attractive job to you?
It's attractive in a lot of ways. You've got a team that is playoff tested, they're battle tested. You've got some good people, you've got a great quarterback, but you also know that you've got an owner who is impatient. You've got an owner that thinks we've got a Super Bowl team here in the next couple of years, and you better deliver that. So if you feel confident that you can deliver a Super Bowl, it doesn't matter if you get bad calls. It doesn't matter if you're playing in snowstorms. Some way you better win a Super Bowl. If you're ready for that, I think it's a great job.
The 3 jobs now with guys who have been around for a long time. Harbaugh, 18 seasons. He's now with the Giants. Tomlin, 19 seasons, 193 wins. He is now most likely going to go into television in some capacity, although that has not been confirmed yet. It doesn't sound like coaching is in his immediate or perhaps long-term future. McDermott, 9 seasons now out. So when you look at the Bills, the Ravens, the Steelers, what would be the most attractive of those 3 jobs to you?
I think the Ravens has a long history of winning. Steve Bisciotti has stood by John Harbaugh for a long time. You've got a quarterback who can win games for you. Buffalo the same way. You've got a quarterback that can win. You've got the pieces in place, but you've got owners who are basically saying, I feel like we've got a Super Bowl team here. We haven't been to a Super Bowl. I want that Super Bowl now. Pittsburgh, you don't have an established quarterback. Maybe you bring Aaron Rodgers back. Maybe you don't. You're in a tough division. But you have an ownership that has said, you know what? I've stood beside my coach for 23 years, for 16 years, and 19 years. So that would be kind of attractive to me.
Me too. Me too. I'm kind of starting to think Brian Flores might be the answer in Pittsburgh. Your reaction to that thought?
I would love to see Brian Flores there. I think he brings what they want, that defensive-minded toughness, that communication, a guy who is young enough to be there for the next 15 years. I think he's been around some really good offensive people that he could bring with him, and I think he would do a good job. But there's several candidates. The one advantage of going there, I think you will mesh with everybody else, with Omar Khan and the rest of the organization. Now, if you go to Baltimore, you've got to make sure you mesh with the quarterback. Okay? If you go to Buffalo, you've got to make sure you mesh with the new director of operations. So I think Pittsburgh's attractive in a lot of ways, but you've got to find that quarterback to help you win consistently.
Yeah, I almost feel like for me it would come down to, do you want to coach Lamar Jackson? Between these three jobs, that is, do you want to coach Lamar Jackson? Do you want to coach Josh Allen? Or do you want to go roll the quarterback carousel and see if it's the draft, see if it's Aaron Rodgers, see if it's Tua Tagovailoa? Who knows where Tua may end up? There's going to be a few of those type quarterbacks, the Sam Darnold, the Daniel Jones, which ended up being really the story of this year, Coach.
No, it is. And in this day and age, you have to find a quarterback. You have to bring the best out of him. That is the attractive thing about Buffalo and Baltimore. You have quarterbacks who have won MVPs, who have won division championships for you. You got to get them translated to going in the playoffs. But that makes those two jobs very, very attractive because it is a quarterback-driven league right now.
Who do you feel like would have the most pressure of those three jobs? Bills, Steelers, Ravens?
Oh, I think Buffalo for sure, because the owner has said, I made this decision based on a failure in the playoffs. In the divisional round of the playoffs, we lost by 3 points on the road. So That's not good enough. Okay, so as you come in knowing you could go to the divisional round next year, play a great game, lose on the last play of the game, and it's not good enough.
Yeah. Where should Sean McDermott go? I got to imagine his name's going to come up for some of these openings here.
I would think he goes right to the top of the list of people that are available now. I would look around and say, okay, where do I think there's some stability? Where is, the Baltimore Ravens might not be a bad spot. Looking at these that are still available.
Yeah, that could definitely be a natural fit for him, I would think. It's similar to what Harbaugh did. Let's go somewhere where there is talent, where there's a young quarterback, maybe just the change of what does he do best, do you think? Like if you're McDermott, if you're an owner looking to maybe hire him, what does McDermott do that would be, and maybe he's our guy?
Well, he has brought that unity. The players believe in him. He's been consistent, and they've won games over a long period of time. And, that should be what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.